The NFL world just froze. Dak Prescott has made a shocking announcement that nobody saw coming, and the reaction has been instant disbelief across the league. The timing couldn't be bigger, the implications are massive, and Cowboys Nation is scrambling to understand what this truly means for the franchise. Analysts are stunned, fans are emotional, and rival teams are already recalculating their outlook. Whether this is a turning point, a statement, or the start of something entirely new, one thing is undeniable: Dak just changed the conversation for the entire NFL. Breaking news just dropped, and it has the entire NFL world buzzing right now. Dak Prescott has just made a shocking announcement that absolutely nobody saw coming, and Cowboys fans, haters, analysts, and even rival players are reacting in real time. This isn't clickbait, this isn't speculation, and this definitely isn't just another rumor floating around social media. What Dak Prescott just said could change the direction of the Dallas Cowboys, the NFC, and possibly the league itself. So make sure you're locked in until the very end, because the deeper we go into this, the crazier it gets. It all started when Dak Prescott stepped in front of the cameras during what many expected to be a routine media appearance. Most people thought it would be the usual off-season talk, working hard, staying healthy, trusting the process, and believing in the team. But instead, Dak delivered a statement that immediately sent shockwaves across the NFL landscape. The room went quiet, reporters froze, and within minutes, social media exploded. Cowboys Twitter was on fire, ESPN panels started scrambling, and fans everywhere were asking the same question: did Dak Prescott really just say that? Dak didn't dance around it. He didn't sugarcoat it. He spoke directly, confidently, and with a tone that suggested this was something he had been thinking about for a long time. He talked about his journey, the pressure of being the Dallas Cowboys quarterback, the expectations that come with wearing the star, and the constant noise surrounding his name. Then came the moment that stunned everyone. Dak made it clear that he is no longer approaching his future the same way he used to. This wasn't just about football anymore. This was about legacy, respect, and control over his own career. For years, Dak Prescott has been one of the most polarizing figures in the NFL. Some fans see him as a franchise quarterback who has dealt with injuries, coaching instability, and unrealistic expectations. Others believe he hasn't done enough in the postseason to justify his contract and status. Dak knows this. He hears it. And in this announcement, he finally addressed it head-on. He said that he's done letting outside narratives define him, and that moving forward, every decision he makes will be about putting himself in the best position to win, whether people like it or not. That alone would have been enough to dominate headlines, but Dak didn't stop there. He went on to talk about the Cowboys organization, and this is where things got really interesting. Without directly calling anyone out, Dak hinted that major changes need to happen if Dallas truly wants to compete for championships. He talked about accountability, alignment from top to bottom, and the importance of everyone being on the same page. When your franchise quarterback says that publicly, it sends a very loud message. NFL insiders immediately started reading between the lines. Was Dak questioning the front office? Was this a message to Jerry Jones? Was this about coaching, roster construction, or contract negotiations? The timing of the announcement is what really raised eyebrows. With the Cowboys facing massive decisions in the near future, including coaching direction, defensive identity, and long-term roster planning, Dak's words couldn't have come at a more critical moment. Then came the part that truly stunned the entire NFL. Dak openly acknowledged that his future in Dallas is not something he's taking for granted anymore. For the first time, he didn't guarantee he'd be a Cowboy for life. He didn't say he's definitely staying no matter what. Instead, he made it clear that everything is on the table. That one statement alone sent shockwaves across every front office in the league. Teams immediately started imagining scenarios. Analysts started debating potential fits. Fans across the NFL suddenly realized that something historic could be unfolding. Cowboys fans had mixed reactions. Some were fully supportive, saying Dak has earned the right to speak his mind and demand a winning culture. Others panicked, worried that this could be the beginning of the end of the Dak Prescott era in Dallas. You could feel the tension online. Some fans praised his honesty and leadership, while others accused him of creating unnecessary drama. But regardless of where you stand, one thing is undeniable: Dak Prescott just shifted the power dynamic. Former players also weighed in. Several ex-NFL quarterbacks praised Dak for taking control of his narrative and standing up for himself. Others warned that public comments like this can create friction if not handled carefully. The media wasted no time dissecting every word, every pause, and every facial expression from Dak's announcement. Clips went viral, headlines were rewritten, and suddenly this became the biggest story in sports. What makes this even more fascinating is Dak's mindset right now. He talked about maturity, growth, and understanding that time in the NFL is limited. He acknowledged the injuries he's battled, the highs, the lows, and the criticism that never seems to stop. This wasn't an emotional rant. This was a calculated, deliberate message. Dak knows exactly what he's doing, and that's why this announcement feels so significant. Inside the Cowboys organization, this puts enormous pressure on decision makers. When your franchise quarterback publicly signals that he wants clarity, direction, and commitment to winning, the response matters. Jerry Jones is known for making bold moves, but he's also known for standing his ground. How he responds to this could define the next decade of Cowboys football. Do they double down on Dak and fully commit to building around him? Or does this open the door to a future no one in Dallas wants to imagine? Around the league, rival teams are paying very close attention. A quarterback of Dak Prescott's caliber doesn't become available often, even as a possibility. Coaches and general managers are already thinking about how this could impact their own plans. Even if Dak never leaves Dallas, the mere idea that he might is enough to send ripples throughout the NFL. This announcement also changes how Dak will be viewed moving forward. No longer just a quiet leader who says the right things, Dak has now shown he's willing to challenge the status quo. That can be empowering for a locker room, but it can also force uncomfortable conversations. And sometimes, those conversations are exactly what a team needs. As the dust settles, one thing is clear: the NFL won't be the same after this. Dak Prescott didn't just make a statement, he made a declaration. About who he is, what he wants, and what he's willing to accept. Whether you love him or doubt him, you can't ignore him anymore. So the big question now is what happens next. How will the Cowboys respond? Will this lead to major changes behind the scenes? And most importantly, does this announcement bring Dak Prescott closer to finally achieving what every Cowboys fan dreams of: a Super Bowl, or does it mark the beginning of a new chapter entirely? Make sure you drop your thoughts in the comments because this story is far from over. Do you support Dak Prescott for speaking out, or do you think this puts the Cowboys in a tough spot? Like the video if you want honest Cowboys coverage, subscribe for daily breaking news, and turn on notifications so you don't miss what happens next, because trust me, this situation is only just getting started.